Hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. I hope you're having a lovely Sunday or Saturday evening or early Monday morning or wherever you are on planet Earth. I feel much better today. I really appreciate all of your comments, those that are feel the same as me, those that support Charles, all of you, whatever your point of view is. I really appreciate all of it. And yes, I have seen about Silicon Valley Bank. Yes, I have. But I would imagine that if, for example, I don't even want to say their names at the moment, the ex-royal and his wife, let's say they had money invested in it, I dare say that his family, I think Charles inherited 650 million or something from the Queen, so, and that's their own private family fortune, that's their own private business. They're not going to be on the bread line, don't worry about that. What are you up to today, Graham? Yeah, I'm recording.
Oh, sorry.
Just thoughts and stuff. Well, feel free to join in. I have seen that a lot of you have said, well, some of you said, Charles didn't have any choice, that the website had to be updated. Otherwise, Markle would have made more allegations of racism. Well, to me, that's giving in to her. She might as well be on the throne. I don't know that that is the case, but that's one of the defences that's been put forward, that the royal family had no choice whatsoever but to buckle under, or she'd make further allegations. Well, then if that is the case, let's say that is the case, she's on the throne. She's pulling the strings. She might as well have Charles's balls in her purse next to Harry's. Queen Meghan. I'm not saying that is the case. None of us really know. But that's how it's looking, isn't it? Anyway, I think I probably started to feel angry at Judge Warby's decision. Having actually taken someone to court and asked the court to have them arrested and sent to prison for lying on oath, which they did. They told 20 lies. 20! And they got out of about 18 of them by saying, oopsie daisy, I forgot. Something that I had them nailed on it, absolutely nailed. And the other two, the judge was like, oh, well, I'll cut them a bit of slack. However, that judge did say, if they keep this up, they're going to be arrested and they're going to go to prison. Whereas Warby, he just used the word misremember, the damage he did. Let's forget it's Meghan Markle for a minute. Anybody who's of the elite, that high profile, the damage that Judge Warby did, the injustice of it, has stuck in my throat forever, and it just continues for her. However, looking on things on a brighter note, I believe all this will just add to her unpopularity. Let's make up new words. Unpopularity, her unlikableness. A lot of you recommended I go and watch H.G. Tudor, which I just did a minute ago. However, he's analysing one of her old interviews, and I can't stand the sound of her voice. And her sitting there saying how brilliant she is at calligraphy and how marvellous she is and how perfect. I had to turn it off. I love Neil Sean at the moment. He is my beacon of hope. Anyone who needs cheering up, go and look at a few of Neil's. In fact, I'll put a few links into my favourite, most recent ones that he's done. Because he totally gets it. And he does seem to have good sources and have his finger on the pulse. And he's been a little uncharacteristically, a little sharper on this subject. Normally, he's a right teddy bear, isn't he? He's so lovely and cuddly, but he's had a little edge to him. And Neil, if you see this, I love you, man. I love you, man. You've pulled me through some darkness in the last 24 hours. Lady C, I have great sympathy because she obviously knows stuff that I don't, that we don't, and she must find it really frustrating, and she must be saying to the powers that be, throw me a bone, we're losing it here. We're losing it. So literally the Lord God alone knows what's going on there. I don't know. And some people have said, you know, why does it matter? Well, I once upon a time had two proper yellow-bellied chickens hide behind my skirts, and I covered for them while they lied through their arse, and I ended up on the run with Graham and our tiny baby daughter, and living in impoverished life whilst reading headlines on the Daily Mail that we were living it up with 300,000 imaginary pounds. More lies, more lies. Then we met our psychopaths about 10 years later, who lie and win and win. And now I see it in society. It's just common practice. I mean, if you don't lie, you're a nobody. That's the way the world turns now, apparently. Well, I don't want to be a liar. And it's a lovely day, and I do still feel quite down in my heart. It's literally like being kicked in the solar plexus. Liarswin.com, which is quite depressing, but I'm determined not to let it get me down. And we wait and see. I just sit. I'm just a bod. I'm just going to sit, watch, depressed. And I'm going to avoid watching a lot of stuff on YouTube and reading the newspapers for at least the next 24 hours, because I don't want to hear any more lame excuses defending Charles. If he has a valid reason, he has a valid reason. Let's hear it. But I don't want to hear any more sycophantic about him. He's a man. He's a human being. And he is, at the moment, the king until the day he dies. Whether Meghan Markle will be sitting on his lap telling him what he can and can't do, I don't know. And I don't even know what to suggest to him to try and get it in order.
He's sitting on Meghan's lap.
I mean, Neil Sean has already said, you know, he's already heard very reliable whispers that she now wants HRH, she wants a tiara, she wants a starring role at the coronation, that this is just the beginning. Those are the alleged rumours he's heard. This has just emboldened her, enabled her, empowered her, like Harry's been doing for the last few years. Oblivious, but I do take comfort in the fact that she's just making herself more and more unpopular. And I do believe more and more people are seeing her for what she is, because I see in The Guardian and The Independent, and those are two papers that have always supported her and stuck up for her because they're anti-monarchy. I see them turning on her. So she's, you know, she's losing friends all the time. She can go to some fancy restaurant called Mamma Mia or whatever the hell it was called, with a couple of hired hands in the background making the sports mode noises with cameras. You know, her hired photographer. I still don't see her being swamped like Princess Diana was, Catherine. When Catherine first got engaged, I don't see that. I don't see anybody chasing around. Anyway, as always, I hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you have bought a tiara for the coronation, wear it and watch the coronation. Don't take any notice of me. I am not into cancel culture. I would never say don't watch the coronation, you know, boycott. No, not at all. If you've bought a tiara, and I know some of you have because you've emailed me pictures of them and they look absolutely gorgeous, really gorgeous, especially the amethyst one. And on the last point, what I would say is someone made a comment, a very, very good one, about legalities and pedantics and stuff like that, and did point out that rules have been bent in the past. For example, we have a monarch now who is a divorcee, who is married to another divorcee. That was unthought of at one point, so things do change, things can change. Let's see what happens. Yeah, let's see what happens. As always, thank you very much for listening.